Goals from Gabriel Martinelli and Brazilian teammate Gabriel Jesus either side of half-time break were enough to take Arsenal to the top of Group B in the Champions League as they overcame Sevilla 2-1 at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan Stadium this evening. Arsenal claimed a solid victory over Manchester City and managed to secure a draw against Chelsea in the Premier League since their last match in this competition, which would have seen them come into this match with confidence. On the pitch, the game began with a relatively low level of intensity, with neither team gaining significant control in the initial stages, while in the stands, the atmosphere was much more lively. But the game came alive when the first goal hit the back of the net. Let's go around the punditry world to hear what the experts are saying about Arsenal's performance on the biggest European stage.
Win for Bayern Munich then against Galatasaray as United beat Copenhagen. Lens PSV finished a goal apiece, but that win for Arsenal means they are in the driving seat in Group B. Real Madrid, 3 wins in 3 for them as well, as they beat Braga. Union Berlin, though, yet to pick up a single point in the group stages. They lost at home to Napoli. Inter was one of the early games. They beat Salzburg 2-1, and Real Sociedad got the better of Benfica away from home. OK, so a really important night for Arsenal. After that defeat to Lens last time out, they really needed the win. And it took them until the dying minutes of that first half. But it was a brilliant goal from Martinelli and a great kind of ball in from Jesus, your favourite.
Yeah. And Michael has said, hasn't he, is he prolific? But goodness me, his finish was amazing, that second goal. But Martinelli, of course, brilliant for the finish. Again, Jesus supplying him with that Cruyff turn, completely changed the game. So, from Arsenal point of view, it's a very satisfying victory. I know it was tough. Look at this return, look, beautiful. And then the pass, the vision. And then Martinelli knows he's a willing runner. And I think he's really cute here, because he had one earlier in the game which he missed, and he wants to go round the keeper. You don't often see strikers now, Michael, go round the keeper.
No,
it's a bit of risk to this.
Finish. I must admit, I hated that finish. I mean, we saw 2 bits of magic today, didn't we, from Jesus? That Cruyff turn and to spot the run straight away as soon as he lifted his head up. But credit to this guy, Martinelli. He missed a good chance, as Martin said, and then he had the composure to finish off doing that. And that's a tricky finish, but he made it look easy.
Yeah, he really did, didn't he? And Jesus turned from provider to scorer as well. And we were saying he is criticised for not scoring enough goals. This is his 4th of the season. Yeah. And it was a brilliant finish.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely every striker's dream, really, just cutting in on your favourite right foot and then curling it into the far top corner. I mean, you'd never in a million years think he's going to score when he picks it up here. The defender lets him come inside on that favourite right foot, and as soon as he hit it, you know it's going in. It's a brilliant strike.
There's a reverse angle of this, and you see, actually, he leaves the ground as he hits it. He just, whips his body right into it. Just this one here, look, just he leaves the ground and he just goes right through the ball, and stunning finish.
It really was, wasn't it? Well, look, there was some concern over Jesus as well, because he had to limp off injured as well. And there was concern over whether or not this would be something serious. I think the noises we're hearing is that potentially it's not. But at this point, you don't want to lose a player who had so much influence in the game.
No, but the bottom line is if you're holding your hamstring and you go down and you limp off and you have to come off, you're not playing again in the next few days, put it that way. The minimum that's going to be is sort of a week to 10 days, you would think. So as much as we hear it's not serious, it's not the best of sights. They have got people to come in, of course, but he, as I say, he created a couple of moments of absolute magic today. So you want him in your squad, fit and firing. Thankfully, we hear it's not a bad one.
Yeah, exactly. We hope so, and we do wish him all the best. Mikel Arteta always warns against the dangers of set pieces. They were caught off one today because Sevilla got themselves back in this one, didn't they, in the second half?
Yeah, and ironically, it's Jesus really, I think, gets caught out. I'm never really happy asking a centre-forward to be marking that close to the goal, but Jesus there, allows the runner to come in front of him and get the header on there. And I think maybe Gabriel, who's behind him, maybe he should take a little bit more charge there and say, try and get to that ball. But again, set pieces, as Lucy said in commentary, are so important and nearly cost Arsenal 3 points here today.
Yeah. OK, well, they almost had an equaliser from Sevilla right at the end. And this goes back to what we've been talking about. David Raya in goal and Mikel Arteta putting his faith in him. But this was another... We saw some shaky performances against Chelsea at the weekend. This was a bit of a bad one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Listen, all eyes are on Raya at the moment, aren't they? If you're keeping clean sheets all the time, no one says anything with the odd mistake. But because of what's happened in the past, every single thing he does, we end up scrutinising it and saying, oh, would Ramsdale have done that? And, oh, should they be playing out in that situation? As you say, he came for a cross, he went to punch it, he miscued it a little bit, and it nearly spun into his own goal. I mean, a couple of little mistakes in the first half as well, trying to play out. But at the end of the day, we're nitpicking. And it's a cracking result for Arsenal. I think they would have been happy to come away not getting beat tonight, but to get the 3 points puts them in a real strong position now.
It really does, and especially in a group which is quite closely fought, actually, compared to all the other groups, actually, because Arsenal are top at the moment with 6 points, Lens with 5, Sevilla with 2, and PSV with 2 as well. So I suppose with Arsenal, it looks like at this stage that it might be a flip between Arsenal and Lens, and you'd argue, though, they are the 2 best sides in this group, but it could go either way.
I think the important thing, Arsenal now got 2 home games, and really if they can get 4 points minimum from that, then I think they'd be pretty well safe. So it's about Seville now at home next week, or next time round, and then Lens as well. So it's in their hands now, Arsenal. That's a really important win tonight, and I think they showed really good ingredients. Declan Rice, who we haven't yet mentioned, I thought he was magnificent at times. You almost could do with 2 of him on the pitch. He's incredible. And that resolve that they showed, the 2 central defenders, they earned their wages too, because they had to get everything on the line here, throwing their bodies in the way of things. So very satisfying, and I think the team now will grow in confidence after that win.
It was a mature performance, wasn't it? And I feel like we're seeing more mature performances from this Arsenal side. When the chips are down, when it looks like everything's going against them, they do find a way, whether it's against City, whether it's against Chelsea, and tonight as well.
Yeah, listen, I think this Arsenal team, on ability, on what they do week to week, are one of, if not Manchester City's biggest challenge in this competition. I think they're that good. But the problem is, and as Man City have shown, the very good teams in a league, if it's your first time in the competition, it can take you a long time to understand it, to get past these experienced teams. And I think that's what Arsenal might find this season. As I say, on ability, I think they're the 2nd or 3rd best team in it. But can I see them going all the way based on this inexperience? Then possibly it might be, their first season.
It's a big ask, isn't it?
It's a massive ask.
But
they're good enough.
I mean, when you come into this tournament, it's experience, isn't it? That really counts,
massive.
So thinking back to the 97-98 group, we'd won lots of things in Europe, but we were awful, really, in the Champions League. OK, we didn't have a home to call our home because we played at Wembley. This group, though, is just growing, being nurtured by the manager, and it's step by step. And I think they're understanding. From the last away game, they were massively better here. All the early battles, all the challenges, they really were up for it at the start, which really pleased me. They lost control of the game, but they hung in there and got a result.
Yeah, and that is the most important thing, and the result was really, really big for them today because they did get the win at a real cauldron of European football away at Sevilla. It was a 2-1 win in the end. We're hoping to hear from the manager, Mikel Arteta, next.
Pre-match about the importance of emotional maturity there and controlling the game. How proud are you of your team's performance now you've actually got the 3 points?
Very happy, obviously, to win here. There's not many teams have won here in the last 10 years in Europe, and we've done it. And I really like the team, especially the first 60-65 minutes, because we played the game we wanted. After going 2-0, we should have scored the 3rd one, and we had openings to score it. We didn't, and in one corner, first action that they had something, they scored. And from there, they have the experience, they have a lot of presence, and they have as well a lot of belief that they can get in the game, and we suffer.
I know your emphasis is always going to be about the team, but when I speak about the individual of Gabriel Jesus and the impact he had, especially going forward today, how happy does it make you looking at his performance?
Well, that's what we need. You need magic moments in big games, and you need the big players to step in and create those moments. And we had a big opening in the first few minutes as well with Martinelli through to score. And we didn't, and we need that. We need the players to perform at the best, and today he's done something special.
When he came off, was it just a precautionary, was it an injury?
No. He felt something in his hamstring, so let's see.
Is that going to be assessed immediately? I saw him obviously grab for the hamstring, but...
Well, he straight away asked to be subbed, which is not good news because Gavi is not a player that does that at all. So we have to wait and see in the next few days.
When you think about the reflection that you had in game week 2 and now where you are in terms of the maturity your team performed in game week 3 now, are you seeing the growth and understanding these European nights?
It's about experiences and learning from those experiences. And when you lose sometimes you learn much more than when you win. And it was a very different team that we played in Lens. We had moments...